The Cookout 400 racing at Richmond. Welcome into another episode brought to you by Better and Green. Guys, only one race this weekend. IndyCar's off, F1 is off. Just talking about the NASCAR race, Saturday night race at Richmond Raceway. Quick update here. Thinking about calling the show Auto Bets. Pretty simple, pretty standard, but play on the automotive racing and auto bet, lock per se. So let me know in the comments below what you think of that potential name, auto bets for the show, or if you have a better suggestion, drop it in the comments below as well. Let me know. Still needing a name for this show. Did absolutely phenomenal last week with our bets. We went 2-0 on actual bets, had Willpower over Pato O'Ward. That was as easy as it gets in the IndyCar race. Had Shane Van Gisbergen to win the NASCAR race. That was as easy as it gets as well. So gave out some Colton Herta props as well. Those would have hit. So really good episode last week. Really like this race this week. Quick recap from last year. Had to rock the Bass Pro. Austin Dillon gets it done last year after really being the best car on track all night. Was, I think, 2 or 3 seconds ahead when a late caution came out. A couple laps left, went to overtime, gets overtaken by Logano, throws it into the back of Logano, has to right rear Hamlin. Obviously, gets the win, gets penalized, gets his playoff ticket taken away. What can you do? I thought it was awesome. Got to do what you got to do in that situation, and he got it done. But couple drivers that I'm looking at for this week moving into this season's race at Richmond. Just 2 races left. A lot of drivers trying to lock up their playoff spot or better improve their playoff positioning. But let's kind of start with the outright odds here. Your heavy favorite is Denny Hamlin at plus 225. Brad Keselowski 5-1. Christopher Bell 6-1. Then you have Chase Elliott plus 750. Pole sitter Ryan Preece 10-1, Kyle Larson 12-1, Briscoe 16-1, Kyle Busch 18-1, as well as Reddick and Blaney, and then William Byron 19-1. That rounds out your top 20. Some names I'll mention: Bubba Wallace 22-1. I do like Bubba this week. Josh Berry 35-1, Austin Dillon 40-1, Chris Buescher 45-1, Ross Chastain 65-1. I am not looking at the outright market this time around. Not really looking at many of the guys at the top. A few names I want to focus on here. Really the two I'm really looking to focus on: Bubba Wallace and Ross Chastain. Chastain, poor qualifying, did not do well yesterday. I believe he's starting 33rd, but his practice speed was there, and his long run speed. He was one of the top cars late in the long run, so really looking to kind of get behind him. I know his starting position is a little bit nerve-wracking on short track. He's going to have to make some moves early to make sure he doesn't fall a lap down, but I think he can do that. He's been good at that all season long. You look at his history here. He finished 5th last year. His short track finishes, he averages I think 12 something. Let me try to get that pulled up here. But really solid numbers that you can get right now on Ross Chastain. 2 ways that I'm looking to play him. I am looking at playing his top 10 market is 3-1. So I just think that's a really good number. I've not locked that in so far here, but really think that's a number that I might not be able to pass up on. I think Ross Chastain does have a good chance to finish in the top 10, and at 3-1, I think it's just a really good price. And then also on Bet Rivers, you can get a head-to-head with him against Ty Gibbs. Really like that bet. As of now, that's probably the way I'm going to lean. It's minus 118, so a little bit chalky. I think it's minus 112 coming back on Ty Gibbs. But I like the Chastain side on that. Ty Gibbs has not been good this season. He's kind of been overrated his entire career. More of a road course racer. Not great on the short track. So, yeah, I really do kind of like Ross Chastain over Ty Gibbs in that matchup. The other guy I'm looking at, Bubba Wallace. Dude's just kind of been sneakily on fire. He has 4 straight top 10 finishes. One at Indy. Finished top 10 here last year. Just kind of a slept on driver, and you're still getting a plus 110 for him to finish in the top 10. Couldn't necessarily find any matchups I was in love with for him. He has a matchup against Briscoe, which would probably be my favorite. Other than that, it's some higher up guys. I think Elliott was one of them, and can't remember the other matchup, but I would look at Bubba Wallace for a top 10. Any plus money that you could get, I think that's a fair bet. Still waiting for a few more books to come out with their top 10 odds to see if I can get a little bit better. But I think Bubba, anything top 10, I think he's kind of flying under the radar right now, even though, he just won at Indy, and he's just been stringing together a lot of solid races. So Bubba top 10 is another way I'll look. Another guy I'm looking to get some exposure on, Ryan Blaney. Blaney, I haven't really found a matchup that I like. You're not really going to get a great top 10 price on him, but potentially look for a top Ford market. But Blaney looked fast qualifying, or in practice. He qualified 20th. So you're going to get a little bit of a better number than what you probably would if you qualified up in the top 10, top 5. Again, I haven't really nailed down a matchup for him. It's hard to get in on top 10s with some of these top names like Blaney. But if you could find, I think I saw he was matched up with Kyle Larson. I think he was minus 110, Larson minus 120. That could be flipped. I'd look at Blaney. I'd look at Blaney in that head-to-head matchup there. I think Larson, he's obviously the name in the sport, but just hasn't really been doing it for me lately. I think every year he kind of stacks some wins early and then kind of goes into this lull heading into the playoffs and kind of saves it up for playoff racing. So, guys, that is kind of my quick thoughts on today's show. Again, the two drivers I'm really interested in are Ross Chastain and Bubba Wallace. I'm looking at Ross Chastain in a head-to-head against Ty Gibbs, probably my favorite bet on the card. Ross Chastain top 10, 3-1. Bubba Wallace top 10 at any plus money you can get. Looking for a way to play Blaney potentially in a matchup against Kyle Larson. And then, guys, Austin Dillon looked good as well yesterday. So Austin Dillon for a top 10, I think that's fair as well. I would maybe avoid in matchups. I know he's matched up with Josh Berry on a lot of books. I expect Berry to have a decent day as well. And I think Austin, my reason for not wanting to play him here is I think he could just be a little bit overvalued after his result last season. So I do like Austin, though. He's my favorite driver. I might find a way to get involved on him. But, guys, that's going to wrap it. Let me know in the comments, again, if you like that name, AutoBets, if you have a better suggestion. And let me know who you think wins tonight's race or if you have a best bet in tonight's race. Throw me a like on this comment. Smash that like button. Let's try to get to 10 likes. And then, guys, if you have not subscribed already, please consider doing so. We have we're going to have racing content. We have soccer content just starting up with the EPL, just coming back this weekend. Plenty of football content preseason. We're going to have college coming out. We have futures, AFC, NFC, future episodes out now. Full NFL season ahead. MMA, UFC, MLB, you name it, we got it at Better and Green. So consider hitting that subscribe button. Thank you as always for watching, guys. Enjoy the Saturday night race at Richmond. Hope you all have a profitable night, and we will see you next week for another episode of potentially Auto Bets. Thanks for watching, guys.